Hello friends, welcome to Git Session 4. This is Haradhan once again as usual. So in today's session, you can learn how to pull your code from a GitHub account. Then how we can update those code with adding some more file or deleting some files or changing some existing file, how you can commit the change. Once the commit is made, how you can create a new branch, and in those branch how you can commit your changes with after adding new file or deleting or modifying some file. Once the commit is made in the new branch, then how you can rebase the code with the main branch. Then how you can push the update to GitHub repository from where you originally pull your code, right? And how you can verify the changes. So in my last three sessions, you already know the what is Git all about and what are the basic command, how we can create a GitHub repository, right, without and with README file, and how we can create a folder, right, in Git, and then how you can initiate Git and how you can configure your username or your email ID, right? And after adding some more file, you can delete some more file. You can move your code from the local directory to the staging area, and then staging to the local repository, and from the local repository how you can pull your code to your GitHub account, right? And GitHub repository. So that thing you already know in your previous video. So in this video you will know how you can pull the code, right? How we can create a branches, and how we can rebase the code with different branches, and after that like how you can pull your push your update to the GitHub repository. Why pull is required, right? Why the code pulling is required from your GitHub repository? So in the past two sessions, in the last few sessions you've seen, right, we are not pulling anything from the GitHub repository. Instead of that, we are creating some local repo, and after adding few more file, removing few more file, we are making the changes only. We are pushing the changes to the GitHub. But here, suppose in GitHub already few code is already available, right? And suppose base version is only available, and with that base version, I used to update my code after adding or updating or deleting some file, right? So then for those reason, pull is required, right? And after pulling is happening, right, after creating a branches, sometime we can merge our code with the main branches with the new branches, right? Or we can rebase it. So merging part I will be covering in my next session. Here I will be covering how to rebase the code with the main branches, and how we can push the update to the main and as well as the newly created branches. So this is the Git architecture I already covered in my last session, right, to know what is the local and remote repository all about. And then in the local repository, right, what are the different directory available. One is the first is working directory, then staging area, and then local repo. In the working directory, you will be first initiating your Git, right, Git init command, and you are creating a folder. After that, you are adding some more files, right, and then you are adding the command git add, so that all the folders will be added to your staging area. And then from the staging area, if you want to move them to the local repo, you will be using git commit, so that all your staging area will be updated to the local repository. And from the local repository, if you want to push the code to your GitHub account or GitLab or Bitbucket account, you need to use git push. Okay, and here with the help of git pull, so we are already taking the code from an existing repository with the help of git pull. Then we can create some more branches, new branches, or not only the default or main branches. Then how we can with the help of git checkout, we can get the code, right, after pulling it from the local repo through staging area to the working directory. And after that we can do definitely two way after creating a new branch. One is the git merge and one is the rebase. So in this session I will discuss about how you can rebase our code instead of merging, and the next session we will discuss how we can merge the code between two different branches or directory. So we can create a GitHub repository. So I already mentioned multiple times. So we need to open the github.com, and we need to log in with our relevant credentials. After that, we can create a that plus icon and then new repository, and here we can give any name. Here 6 I am giving the name. So it is available, so definitely I can create it with the name of Haradhan 6, and I can add right, readme files, and here I can create a repository with the by default readme file. Okay, and then readme file I can add some changes here. Okay, I will clicking on that edit file, this icon, editing button here. I can add some comment here, suppose some initial GitHub repo update. Okay, and here I can give that commit message as well here. So in case we are not giving it, so by default it will take update readme.txt. So I can give it GitHub repo update. Here also give the comment update date. I can give at the rate of 24th of June, right? And I can commit it. So I can, if I want to create a new branch, I can do it. Otherwise, I can directly commit to the new branch. So after, if you make the commits here, see, you will be seeing here like version history, right? So you can see here two version, one is the default one and one is the another one, right? Git repo update, and the default one the initial commit, right? And if you click on your repo again, and you can see here, this is the only default branch is main branch, no other branch is there. It's by default main branch, so only my main branch has been created, right? So that's why you can create your repository in GitHub and you can update it. So with multiple commit you can also do it in GitHub itself. Then I will open the Git. So you already know how to open the Git. So this is the one options, right, to opening the Git. If you open the Windows button here, you will be finding an option called Git, right? So from that option you can open Git Bash directly, right? So in case you are, sorry, not CMD, Git Bash. So you can open the Git Bash from here. Otherwise you can go once the Git is successfully installed in your system, so you can go to the C drive and then program files and then here Git folder, right, and then go to the Git Bash and you can open it here directly, Git Bash. So it will open the command prompt. Okay, that's so. And you need to create a directory here. So I'll be creating a directory. Maybe it can be same name as your repo name. So I can create a Haradhan 6. So with that command, make directory git demo. Sorry, we can name the directory name mkdir 6, same name I can use. So I'll be creating a directory. Cannot create directory, permission denied. Okay, I am opening from there, that is the reason it is permission denied. So I can instead of that I can directly open it from here. Maybe sometime it can create problems, so you can go in the directory default one. So in case you are trying to open from there, sometime it can create some problem, so you can open from here. So make directory, I think that is the command, right? And then here, okay, so that's why I can create a directory. Okay, its directory is created. Then I need to move, right, change the terminal to the directory. So cd space directory name. Otherwise all the buffers will be there in the default master, right? So I'll be changing my terminal to the directory cd and then here. So you can see now it is defaulting to that folder, right? Haradhan 6 folder. Now I can initiate my Git, and before initiated, in case you are using Git for multiple times, so you can configure it. Otherwise, once it is configured, there is no need to configure. So with the help of global, right, git config -- global, then user.name your username and user.email your user email, you can configure it, user ID and password. So I'll be using git init. So I'll be initiating Git, right, initiating empty Git repository, and that is the path here. So Git folder will be created. Then I can connect Git to your GitHub account with the right. I want to pull my code. So git remote add origin, git remote add origin, and then I need to give the path of my GitHub repository, right? https github.com and your username and then the folder name .git. So you can directly go here to your repository and there will be option called code. If you click here, you can directly get the path. https github.com Haradhan lab is my username and this is my, right, Haradhan 6 is my repository name and .git is the extension name. So I can directly paste it here, right, git remote add origin, right? So that we can connect, right, our Git to the GitHub account, right, with the following command. So I'll be pasting it here and I can press enter, right? After that, right, Git, we need to use Git pull command, so that from the repo the pull will be code we can pull, right? We can call the repository and can download the content in your local repository. So the git pull command is used to fetch and download content from a remote repository and immediately update the local repository from that content, right? So git pull origin main, right? From the main branch, git pull origin main. Okay, same use the same syntax, git pull origin main. Enter here, and you can see something will happen here. You can see, right, remote in enumerating object 6 done, counting total 6 delta file has been, right? So branch, main branch, right? So that is the folder, right, from github.com Haradhan lab to Haradhan 6 it is getting happen. So your pull is successfully happened. So if you want to check the architecture part, so with the help of git pull, your code will be here in the local repo, right? After that I can check out in the then, and you can store in the working repo. It's not the problem, right? So that's why we can pull it, right? Pull our code from the GitHub repository to our Git repository. Okay, then we can create few files, right? Once the pull is successful in that particular folder. In which folder, right? That is my folder here, right? C drive users and the name of the users, then that is the file. So here we can create some more folder, right? I'll be going to that my network, then C drive, and then here users, and then my username. Then I can search with that particular folder name Haradhan 6 I have created here, right? And you can see by default readme file it has been added here, because in the GitHub one I have added my readme file, right? So if you open the readme file here, you can see the readme file is Haradhan 6 was the default one. After that I have made one in update, right? So initial GitHub repo update, and if you check with your GitHub you can immediately check it. So by default whatever code is there, right, in your repo, with the help of pull command, right, we can, right, pulling it in our local repository, right, and everything should match here. So you can see here that is the part is getting matched, Haradhan 6 and initial GitHub and repo update. So that exactly it is getting matched. Now if I can want to update it here, right, I can also update it, okay, in that particular file. So maybe if I want to update it, so let's try to update here also directly. So update through git directory, okay, and you can save it here, and here I can create a few files here, right? So I'll be creating here one text file called test1, right? So in the test1 I can make some content here, git training test1, okay. So that's content I can make, and after that if I want to create one more files, right, text file, so I will create test2 here, okay, and now you can rename it, the test2 files, okay, content the rename I can add, okay. So now by default readme.md files, you can see extension is md file. So I have already pulled the code, and now I have modified the readme file, right? So that particular portion I have added. So by default readme file, whatever has been pulled from my GitHub repository, it was also modified, and 2 new files has been created with some contents, right? Git training test1, test2, like that, okay. Now so I already done it. Now if I want to check the status through git command, right, I can check it, git status. So what is the update I have made so far? You can see here, right, changes not stage to commit, right? So one is that, like, this is the 2 files I have created, right? Otherwise in case I am just making some update to that, I can also change it. So it is still in my directory, not in my kind of it is still in my local repository, even not in my staging area, right? You can see it is not in the staging area, right? Unchecked file. So on branch master, right, changes not staged for commit, use git add file to update, so that will be what will be committed, right? or use git restore file to discard changes in the working directory. If we just use commands, it will be discarded. You can see modified readme.md file that has been modified, and 2 more files has been added, right, which has added. So now if you want to add, you can see no changes added to commit, use git add, right, and then git commit a. So that's the command you need to use, so that your whatever you are doing in the working directory, it will be first adding to the staging area, then with the help of commit command it will be adding to the local repo, and this is available for push to the GitHub repository, right? Okay, so that's way I can try to understand the concept, right? Here if you want to check how many files is available, right, so you can see here the use the command only ls to get the list down the all the folder has been created, right? You can see this is the file readme.md, test1, test2, this is the text file. And if you want to check any what is the what are the content available in any file, we can use cat file name, right? So cat readme.md, that file, because we have updated it, right? So I want to check it, what is the content is there. You can see Haradhan 6 and initial GitHub repo update was, it is taken from the GitHub account repository, and I have also updated new part, update through git repos directory, right? So that's what I have updated. And if you want to similar way, if you want to check in the other file what are the content is there, you can use cat, right, test1.txt file. So you can see it's already there. Similarly cat test2.txt, you can check it, right? So this is the content in all the files, you can get it. Now you can see, so one file has been modified, 2 more file has been added, right? Now we need to run the following commands, right? Git add and the capital F, so that all the changes will be mapped to the staging index or staging area, right? So I'll be using git add then hyphen caps A, so that all the files, otherwise you need to give the name of the file each one by one, or all the files name. Instead of that, whatever changes I have done, whatever commit, whatever new file added or modification or deletion, I want to update everything in my staging index. So I'll be using git add and hyphen caps A. So everything will be added here, right, in the staging index. And now from the staging index, in case a lot of file is there, I want to commit it and I want to store them in my local repository, save them in local repository. So you have to commit them, right? So git commit hyphen name space hyphen name first commit. So I can use it, git commit, that command, commit 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 hyphen a space hyphen m, and that is my commit message in the double bracket. So first commit, right? So git commit hyphen space hyphen a space hyphen m and then space and the commit message. So that will be your first commit. You can see, right? Must store first commit, 3 file change, 3 insertion, right? Create more test1 file and test2 file created, and definitely one more file has been updated. That also change has been successfully done, right? Now, right, so it has been done. So default will be your kind of main branch, so everything whatever you are doing, right? But suppose say instead of the default branch I want to create a new branch, and that changes I want to rebase it with the new branch, right? Definitely once after creating the new branch I can merge it. So there are 2 ways. One is the we can rebase it, or even one is the merge it. So now I will be discussing about the rebasing. So git branchings allow developer, right, or automation tester to diverge from the production version of code to fix a bug or add a feature. User create branches to work with the copy of the code without modifying the existing version. User create branches to isolate their code changes which they test before merging to the main branch. So definitely, in case multiple person is working, right? So definitely they are 100% sure still there is no point of merging with the main branch. Instead of that, everyone can create their code and push their code to some local branch, right? They are working, so that the senior person can verify and they can merge it into the main branch, right? That we can go to the real-time environment, right? So to create a branch, right, that command we can use git branch and then the branch name, right? We can use it. So git branch, right, git branch, and then we can use like a new branch, right? So I'll be using any kind of branch. I can give the name as maybe that new branch, I can give it the name. Okay, so git branch, new branch. So new branch will be created, right? So new branch will be created here. in that particular folder. Okay, and here after that, if you want to check out, right, after that you need to check out that branch, because still it is in the master branch, right, that folder. So you can check out git checkout and then the branch name. In case if you don't want to create a branch and check out directly, so you can use the command git checkout -b and the branch name, right? Or in case you are creating here, then you can need to check out simultaneously. Or if you want to check out and create a new branch directly, you can use the command git checkout - and this is the branch name. So I'll be using the command git checkout so that I can perform the operation checkout, meaning I'll be moving to that particular location new branch, and then I can perform some operation there, right? New branch. Okay, so it will be checkout. Switch to the new branch. Now say here I want to create multiple folder here, right? So in that particular after that I can create some folder called test3. I can create few more files here, right? Not folder, file. Suppose test3 for I can create it. So I can update the content as well, and test4 file. So I'll be creating 2 more files here, test3 and test4. Now I can update the content of these 2 files here. So test4 I'll be updating with test4, git training test4, and the git test3 one I can also update the content here, test3, right? So let's update. So I have updated, right? Alright, so I have already checked out to the new branch and I have created 2 more files here, right? Now if I want to check the status here, right, I can check the status, git status. Okay, so you can see 2 more files has been added and those are untracked, right? So those are not tracked here, right? If I want to check now, if you want to check with the ls command how many folder is there, how many file is there, you can see readme.md, test1, test2, test3, test4, all are txt files, right? You can check it, all are in the new branch. You can see now it is new branch, not the master branch, right? New branch. So new branch, that is the folder and that is the new branch. So here you are not able to visualize, but you can see that that is the new branch, right? So I need to add them, right, to my staging area with the help of git add a command -a. So git add, because this is the multiple files, so I'll be using -a. So all the files will be added here. After that I can commit it, right? So git commit -m and then second commit. So that in case if you don't want to write, go back, so that you can get it, right? All your command with the help of up key and up key, right? So second commit, right? So git commit space -a space -m space the commit name. So it will be committed to the local repo, right? But everything is my new branch. You can see here 2 files sent, 2 insertion, test3 and test4.txt file has been created, create mode, right, in the new branch. Okay, and after that, right, if you want to check with ls, so in the new branch you can find it, 4 file is available, and if you want to check anything new thing in the any file, right, so you can give test3.txt, right, whatever thing has been added here. Similarly for the test4.txt also you can get the content here, right? Okay, after that if you want to check out from the main branch to your from the new branch to your main branch, you can also check out to that main branch, and you can see what are the different things already available in the main branch, because in the main branch only we are having a few files, right? So let's check out git check out and then main, right? So it will be now it will be showing that main branch. You can see the folder is still same and this is the main branch. And then now here if you want to see how many folder is there, you can see only 1 folder, right? Because we have just taken it from the main branch here, right? But we did not created anything in my and we did not synchronize anything to the main branch, right? We have pulled our code from the main branch, and whatever we have did in our local branch, right, which is the new branch. So that is the reason in main branch still only 1 folder is there. And if you want to view the text also, you can see cat readme.md. It also will be, right, whatever only the default part, not the updated part, right? So you can sync still with that one. So whatever update also made readme.md, it is not in the main branch because we did not synchronize the main branch. So whatever we did is still our in the local repository, right? That means everything is in, we are dealing with the new branch because all the update has been made in the new branch. Okay. So that now again, if you want to check out to the new branch, you can see, right, the different thing. So git check out new branch. So I will be checking out to the new branch here, and if you want to check the list of the folder available, you can see, right? And if you want to check what is available in my readme file, so it will be updated one, right? So that too was there and I have updated that part. Okay, so that's way I can check out, right, create a new branch and check out with the different branches, right? So I think that is the another command available to see list of branches. Okay, we can see main branch, master branch and new branch, right? And still it is check out to the new branch. Okay, now I will connect Git again to my GitHub account. So that project I will try to connect it, right? So definitely Git remote add origin I will be using. Git remote, I think the first command, yeah, git remote add origin, and this is the path. That part I want to check it, right? So I will be using that command here. Okay, error remote origin already exists. Okay, that's fine. Let's after that we can rebase our code, right? Okay, let's try to rebase our code here. After that maybe we can connect Git to our account, right? So what does it mean by rebase? Once you check what is done, right, either creating new branch, so definitely either we need to merge our code to see the differences and to discard the differences, or both the branches should be in sync, right? So in Git there are two main way to integrate changes from one branch to another, right? The merge and the rebase. So merging, we can definitely merge the code to the two. Whatever will be uncommon, definitely common part we can merge them with the latest changes. So sometimes 80% merges can be done with that automated way, and 20% merge, right, we need to do it manually. So I'll be covering in my next session. But the rebase part, the Git rebase is the process of moving or combining a sequence of commit to a new base commit. Rebasing changes the base of user branch from one commit to another, making it appear as if user have your branch from a different commit. Git accomplishes, right, these by creating new commit and applying them to the specified base. It is very important to understand that even though the branch looks the same, it's composed to entirely new commit. If user need to update a features branch, always choose to rebase for maintaining the branch history clean. It keeps the commit history out of the branch, right? So now I have three branch here, but I am not dealing with the master branch. I am dealing with main branch and new branch. That is the new branch I have created here, because that is the newly created one, right? So now I want to rebase main branch with the master, new branch with the main branch, because main branch only my readme.md file is there, and which I already taken from my GitHub account, and no update also, whatever update also made, it is not there. So how can you rebase it? So you can go to that your new branch, check out it. After that you can rebase that branch to your main branch, git rebase main branch. So that's why you can rebase it. So once you rebase it, you can see rebase main, current branch, new branch is up to date, right? So that's why I'll be rebasing it. And then if I want to see the list of files in my new branch, so I can see that definitely it will be all the file will be there. Now if I want to check out to the main branch, right, so git check out, right, and then main branch, so it will be checking out, it's switched, right, you can see original main. Then if I want to check the list of file in my main branch, you can see it is still readme.md, right? Then I can rebase, right, to the main branch to my new branch. So I'll be rebasing it, git, that's why I can rebase whatever is available, right, with the new branch to the main branch. So git rebase and new branch I can give it, new branch to the main branch. Okay, you can see successfully reverse and updated ref head or main. So that is the thing you need to check. After that you can push the command, right? So you can sync again to the, I think if it is not sync, I can run it, git remote add origin, that part, git remote add origin https, and that is the part I can still run it. Okay, I think it already exists, so no need to run it. Then I will be pushing the code to my new branch, right, with the help of git push origin new branch. So all the code will be pushed to my new branch, and new branch will be created in my GitHub account. So git push origin new branch. Okay, you can see here git push origin new branch, and these are the different things already updated, right? Create a pull request new branch on GitHub visiting. This is the path already updated. Okay, so the Haradhan 6 folder was there, and now you can see new branch has been created, right? This is the path, and but new branch has been created. Similar way, I can also push the code to the main branch also. So I will be checking out to the main branch, git checkout main, and then I will be pushing the code, right? Okay, so then I will be pushing the code git push origin main, git push. Okay. So it will be also update the main branch also. Okay, you can see here this is the file, and now it is the main branch, not the new branch. Now if you navigate to your GitHub account, and you can see the changes here. Now just refresh the project, refresh the repository. You can refresh it here, and you can go to the repository here. Okay, go to the repository here, and now you can see two branches available, main branch and the new branch. And if you open the main branch, you can see here, right, the 4 folder has been, 5 folder is there. One is readme.default by default part, right, and test1, test2, test3, test4. If you want to check any content here, you can open it here, right? You can see git training test4, all the thing is there. Similar way, if you want to check the by default readme.md file, so you can see there the update whatever we have made, right, through our directory, it also updated here, right? So this is we are checking in the main branch here, right? Now if you want to check the other branch whatever we have created here, right, the new branch, right, you can see the new branch also will be rebase everything. So new branch and main branch will be rebasing, so both the branch will be having the same kind of code, right, same sort of files and same sort of text available. So here if you open any file, you can see the content here, git training test1, and again if you go to the new branch and your repository, and if you want to check readme.md file, so you can see here this is the one author, right, and this the another part also updated. So initially it was 2 there, and now it is there. If you click on the history, you can find 3 different history, right? One is the first commit, then GitHub update, right, and this is the initial commit. Okay, last commit is the first commit, right, whatever we have did through my commands, right? So here if you want to check the commands here, so you can check it, right? So this is the commit message we have made, we have given, right, during the update and our adding 2 files, test1, test2, and updating it, right? So this is the commit message we have given, right? So this is the commit message. Okay, where is the commit message? Yeah, this is the commit message, first commit we have given, so it is matching. Now similarly for the other folder, right, so test1 it was created firstly, right? So definitely so it will be commit message 1. Okay, so for the test1, if you open it here, you can see only one history will be there, right? So it was only added for the first commit. Similarly test 3 and 4, it was with committed with the second commit, right? Test 3 and 4, it was added after creating the new branch, and if you go to the history here, you can see it is second commit, because those 3 and 4 file has been added after that, right? And we have made the our second commit after creating the branch, right? We have, you can see test 3 and test 4 file has been added, right, with the help of that add, and then we have committed with the second commit. So this that's why it will be fine. Similarly for the main branch also, if you want to check it in the main branch as well, so similar way you can validate it. Okay, and if you go to the new branch now again, and if you want to validate other test3 file or test4 file, right, it will be same way, second commit, right, second commit. And if you go to the new main branch, and if you open any test4 files .txt, you can see second commit. And in the main branch, the readme.md will be your three different history. One is for two is from GitHub account itself, and other one is the from the with the help of git command, right, first command. So that's way you can write pull your code, or you can create a repository, you can update the repository from GitHub itself, and we can pull your code from the GitHub to any new repository, whatever you are creating in your local repository, right? And after that you can create some multiple changes, and you can create a branch as well. So you can check out to the branch, you can add few more files so that those files be added to the branch, and you can make a second commit, right? And you can rebase your that branch to your main branch, so that all the codes will be synced into this two branch, right? And you can check out means you can push the code to the new branch from in the GitHub again, and you can push the code to the main branch as well in the GitHub again, right? And how this kind of operation will be happening. So first I will be pushing my code from the local remote repository to my local repository, right? And checkout will be happening in all the area, working directory, staging area, and local repo. And then immediately it is coming in the working directory, and we can add few more files, update few more files, delete few more files. And if we want to move the changes to the staging area, we'll be using git add command, right, space -a for multiple files. And similarly from the staging area to the local repo I need to commit it. So I'll be using git commit -a space -m and the commit message. Then I can create multiple branch, right, and we can rebase our branch, new branch to your main branch, and then you can push our code, right, to the new branch as well as to the main branch as well, right? So that's way, I mean, the important structure, right, for the kind of pull, right, kind of creating new branch and rebasing code with the main branch and pushing in the GitHub repository again, right, it will happen. So okay, so that's all for today's session. In the upcoming video I will try to cover how we can merge our code into different branches. Okay, thank you.